Hey everybody, it's David with No Chaser, and for today's topic or segment, I'm going to get a little bit more personal. Like I will say, as of right now, as of today, I am 10 days sober. A lot's been going on in my life, some good things, but a lot of bad things. And today's topic, I'm just going to almost use this video as a form of like some therapeutic expression as well. Today's topic is about it's something about a lot of people don't know or what people misconstrue about addiction that aren't don't have it and aren't a part of it and don't understand it. Um, so I'm going through a a serious breakup in my life. It's been this relationship that um, was very intense and wonderful, and you know we're both alcoholics. We both suffer from addiction, and it we just can't make it work, and it's brutal because with most relationships, the things that don't survive are or the reasons they don't survive are things like the personality don't mesh, or their attitudes or perspectives or beliefs about lives, or things of that nature, the way that they react to circumstances of life, disagreements. We didn't have issues like that. It was just an erosion from our our affliction of drinking and the chaos that it causes in that. And just there's other circumstances, and this is not about me like getting into that. Like, I want to make this video for you know viewers and you guys, so I'll just use it as an example. But it was this thing that we just kept like relapsing, not together, not like that we were drinking together, but just some function in our life. It didn't make sense. And I that idea of it just not making sense, um sometimes like people will just be like, that are on the outside looking in, will just say like, I want to support you. It's just it's hard, and you know what, I don't get it. And one thing that I've always wanted to tell people is like, in all honesty, I know that you don't get it, and guess what, a lot of times I don't get it either. Because here, like, coming to this topic of today's video, is that addiction doesn't play by the rules. Now, I know that can be a vague statement, but what I mean by like not playing by the rules is, in a sense, that addiction, there are things in life like that you kind of like acknowledge in an unspoken way. Like when you are motivated or dedicated to something, you just it's understood that you will spend more time towards it, or you'll be able to go after it more. Like, if something is important to you, you need less sleep or energy because that drive within you for that. I mean, just really basic fundamental stuff, right? Like there's things like that where you will do more for a person because you love them. No duh. Like you'll have more loyalty for a person. Like there's these like rules of life that are what make us human. Like, and I know this seems like weird, like what are we going off here? But just stay with me. Like there's these rules, these things that you just it's understood about life and people. With addiction, it breaks those things though. Like case in point, as a stark example of how it breaks those things. When I worked in case management and just being in the recovery community and knowing people, there are mothers that would literally lay down their life for their children, yet couldn't put down the bottle for them or couldn't put down the needle. In that way that it doesn't make sense, that's what I mean by addiction doesn't play by the rules. Because, you know, in like my specific case, there's a sense of that love can overcome anything, right? Like that's an idea, and it can sound corny, but it's something that's beautiful and important to believe in the world, because it gets us to do the right thing. Is that like love can conquer all, and not just romantic love, but you know love and like compassion and empathy for another human being, that conquers all. But like in some cases, addiction wins out, and it doesn't care about that. And like what I mean by that is that it will it will break the rules. It will somehow, in this way where you think, no, so much, I have so much dedication and so much of myself I want to give for this person. In my brain, I want my, like, all my efforts and energy to go to this person, yet I can't do it because of addiction, and I don't know why. That's how it breaks the rules, because it hijacks your brain and it starts to mess up your rewards, the reasons why you do things, your understanding of the world. Even like it messes all these things up to where, again, it can get mothers to put their kids in danger, even though they would give their lives for them, like drinking and driving with their kids, like, like all this type of things that you hear of these horrible things, like good people doing bad things in addiction. it that's why, is because it simply, is this insidious sort of virus that like gets into your mind, and it works in a cycle, and it works almost like in this ingenious way. It's almost like, they make like bioweapons, like chemicals in labs or something like that. It's like addiction would be like you'd win the evil Pulitzer Prize for like the most creative, like profound sort of evil thing you could make, the way it uses the bodies and the mind psychologically, like shame and emotion against you to compel you to keep doing these like addictive habits, and the way that it isolates you. And like one thing about, like, I read somewhere, or I was listening to something that made a lot of sense, is that addiction is so terrible as well, amongst many reasons, is that it's because it narrows your happiness. Not only does it, like, take away things from your life, but if you think about it, it narrows your happiness. It starts to cut away other things that can make you happy. Like other things that give you purpose and meaning, it starts to chip away at those. And even the substance itself doesn't even feel that good. So your happiness and contentment gets more and more narrowed as you go on. Like in that evil way that you become so starved for just anything to make you feel some sort of relief. And that's what addiction has, this insane way of getting you to cut off connection to people, to make you isolate. It knows that you're weaker when you're by yourself. And I even feel weird sometimes talking about it like it's actual, like this demon thing, because I'm reticent to do that, because I try to think of it as like, no, you need to understand it as a function of your mind. You can't think of it as like this evil goblin thing, even though it fits the bill. But you need to think of it as a function of your mind, solely because that's how it can creep up on you. That's how it can, like, it can take over, because it's something that's built off of your natural urges or thoughts or ideas about how you want to live your life. It's something in there that is just abnormal, that tweaks it. And it tweaks it in this way to where it says, hey, for instance, why wait for pleasure? Like what? Like maybe you could get more pleasure if you hold off, or you could get more like substance, or like emotional nutrition for this thing. Maybe you could get more of it later, but why do that? Just get it now. Now, do it now. What doesn't now feel better? And it does things like where it will make you blind to consequences in the future. Like, don't think about that. Don't think about that. Like, here, do this thing. Do this bad action. This might get you in trouble, but don't worry about it, because you're living right now. You won't get in trouble now. Don't worry about that. It makes you act irrationally. Like, again, this idea of how it breaks the rules, it makes you like, the hardest part is that, when I've been in treatment, or I've been in like lectures or therapy groups about recovery, sometimes I feel this sort of, I don't know, irritation, not towards anybody, but just towards the addiction itself, because it's like you're thinking of these like logical ways, these pros and cons lists, and all this stuff, this reasoning. But in my back of my mind, I'm like, but it doesn't work in the realm of reasoning. It doesn't play in that arena. It does things differently. Like I said, it breaks the rules, and so that's why recovery is about being disciplined and adding structure and just doing more of that, like in your life, because you just have to, even though you have this snaky, evil, squirrely little thing that breaks the rules, if you can be connected with other people and have a advocate for yourself, and kind of ingrain yourself in habits that make you feel better. If you can just keep that train moving, it can push away even that, like, that sneaky little virus. But it's like I said, it's so difficult because like if you're struggling, I'm struggling. Like I said, just to give an update, like I had a slip, so I'm 10 days sober as of this moment, clean, sober, off everything. And I just, my heart goes out to you, because it's so difficult, because it does not play by the rules. So I hope if you're watching this and you're in the cycle yourself, you don't ever feel shame about it. I mean, I want you to do something about it, because I want you to live a life you deserve, but to not feel shame, because this thing, it really is, it's dastardly. It it pushes all the right buttons to make it incredibly difficult to fight off, but the fight is worth it. So with that being said, if you like my videos and my thoughts and these crazy ramblings on this little YouTube channel, maybe you'll like my writing. My writing deals with mental health and addiction and society and the human experience. I have a book out now that's called At Least the Pain is Cheap. It's on Amazon. At Least the Pain is Cheap. It's $10. You know what though? It's not about money. I like just getting my work out there. So if you don't have the $10, which is totally understandable, I don't have like $10 just to throw around. You can email me, and I'll put the email in the description too. You can email me at atleastthepainischeap@gmail.com for a request for a free PDF copy. Atleastthepainischeap@gmail.com. Again, I'll put it in the description. Just request a free PDF copy and I'll send you one. Other than that, be well.